Shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, mother, what's up, mama? Oh. Oh, yeah. Woo-wee. Woo. Excuse me. Your breath. Your breath. I like that so many want to play. So many of your own death. I enjoy it. I ain't talking about the fake death. I'm talking about the real death. And y'all know nothing about that. That's the Sigma, goofy. Which Sigma don't mean a goddamn thing. So if you're gonna speak, a spew, or spittle, learn something that actually means something. Oh, that's right. You've been growing and conditioning the system. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Goofy. Saw you as a standing two-legged database of goofy. That's what the fuck you are. I welcome all you dumb fucks. Bots, machine, two-legged, four-legged, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Lizard, swimming in the ocean. I don't give a fuck. Get your ass.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. It's time for a change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get housed up. I'ma lay him out, execution style, too late for an apologetic claim. You rapped in a coca flame, my God, it's overdue. Your time is to the end. Not Josh silent without sin. He put me on the letter with justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With suppressors attached in the war zone. Revolution gets started in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Farrakhan. Back by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the pitiful, sinful. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the clock, blast, and kill this. Don't take any kind of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand. Owing meals too late when the caps get bills. Don't believe it till you see type. On hits close to home. You gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When the sun was on, all red in my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I fight. From above, I'll be given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. All the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' red them off, so gon' pass the kite. 3 pound pressure, no weight. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, push, step, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
Average good enough. What's going on, Millennial? What's happening? Hey, Fred, what's cracking? What's cracking? No, Tiffany, I was messing with you. We don't speak like that with the Sigma. We don't use those terms. I go on everybody. People like it or not, I don't really care. Be here, you can subscribe, unsubscribe. It don't matter to me. I'm here for the few. So all the things that the YouTube staff think they're doing, and you know, I'm not here to discuss stuff. You can research and figure out if you want to put it together. They work by computations, and you remember Dr. Strange, and he had to see all the different ways that it could turn out, and it was only one thing, and it would probably cause for a sacrifice, right? Well, that's a narrative they need to paint that to keep that stuck in your head. It's kind of the same thing. A lot of times we look at all the outcomes and definitions of outcomes and ideologies and narratives, whatever, however you want to paint portrait or whatever. They think that they're moving based upon that, which is the way to say, well, if we allow this, they really think they're in control. Is what I'm alluding to. If we allow this, it can go this way. It's not the knowing. It's the speculation based on intent, magic, looking for the outcome, even if it's in a lesser or a higher plane. And they move on this based on the demography of their science, weaponization, and keeping people influenced in the ignorance that they, you know, that's so far as it may be. Okay. Now, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I'm not gonna play no music. I'm just gonna let you enjoy my little Doze coffee, skeet honey. Anybody? This stuff's got a lot of stuff. Creamers that even make you poop. It's very good. A little caffeine to it, but it's all right. Add cinnamon, phenomenal. See, as far as they're concerned, they have everything worked out because they look at the numbers, logistics. They look at how much there is, how much they got to get rid of, what's influencing, what's not influencing, what are most people tapping on, what are most people looking at, what can we do to further put them in the deeper recesses, or how you say it, in the sunken place. And individuals really think in their phonetics that they're not. No, I did this because I enjoyed it. I did this because I accomplished it. I mean, accomplished what? Did what? You know, people have a hard time resisting the fulfillment of the flesh. And what is the fulfillment of the flesh? Isn't it materialism? Some would say, no, there's a spiritual. I know, you watch those old Gundalini people standing 3 inches from each other with their hand over their belly and their head over their head, and they're standing in front of each other, right? You know, the hippie utopia, and they're having orgasms. That is physical. That is not spiritual or soul, for it's not about the fulfillment of a pleasure. It's not about that. That is how you're able to rob one another here. The happiness and stillness of a family, even in its part ignorance of a hard-headed son that just don't want to stop selling drugs. His friends are very questionable. They're dealing with the same thing. And what's the outcome? Being backdoored, you know, trap house, set up. And these things are based on a false sense of pleasure that are derived in a worldly what? The egotistical, diabolical ideology of materialism. Nothing else. The big I walk around until it becomes so narcissistic that people start making it relevant and accepting the fact, like some of those goofy Zoe boys in Florida. I love killing Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Riding around with the little chopper. Half of them Negroes, people in Florida are dead anyway. The same thing in Louisiana, New York, Chicago. You know, I'm gonna talk about this goofy brother on here, young brother, and I'm not here to spellcast this idiot. But Black Think Tank, right? And you know, there's thousands of channels, right? The fact that I pointed out, and I put a collaboration of over 230 videos of African brothers and sisters, cousins, really, but utilizing us as a viable witness to talk about the pluralism of colorism, racism, and everything else, when every one of them utilizing have been taught by the very system that brought our people into this subsidiary of the African thought and all this other bullshit. You know, I have friends who served with me in the military that quick to tell you, now our people are 5, 6 generations from America. We're not originally from over here. The fact that it was known that we're totally separate and different from them. You know, these dumb niggas over here, when they talk these dumb shits, that shows you how deep the Zionist affiliation with the false. I'm not talking about the religious Jews. Whenever y'all hear me talk about Jews, Judah, I am talking about them frauds, some pedophiles, some sick bastards, some fake rabbis. That's why I said, let me go ahead and read this stuff. Arthur Kessler, Facts of Facts, there's 30 different books written by them. And there's thousands of memorabilia and memorandums everywhere, even logistically in libraries. Okay? And what do? I told you about Yom Kippur and Kornita. Nobody even knew that. The fact that they keep secret oaths and stuff to where y'all run around when your shit's all in the open. Every time you see a sister, the first thing she got to do is have straight hair in their head looking retarded and have her ass out in front of the camera. And now these Negroes, these young ones, not all, thank goodness. There are some who are very eloquent, can speak that stuff. But this ignorant Negro, I shared the video, he got this goofy, wannabe fed, Sigma, whatever the Kappa, whatever the goofy, dumb Negro, think he's talking all majestic and official and scientific. I listened to that thing and I said, I had to listen to it twice. I don't give a fuck about him getting the views, but I'm gonna make sure y'all don't give him the views. This nigga was saying nothing. Gentrification, white and black, this and that, slave, and that, you know, addos and wabos and that, and you know, BF or whatever, American black, whatever, you know, all these good, goofy things. These individuals are those who have a brain and is at such a low level of functionality that even a skill and a reset, a skill test and a reset, if you give them the answers, still will not bring them into the truth. It's not all inclusive. You know, I broke out my world travels in the 80s, right? And I'm an artist, Momo type. You know, I plaster, I chisel, carve wood. I even remember practicing with the chainsaw, doing a bear and a wolf. The first two were not too bad. It's a lot of work, and I ain't with all that sawdust. Armature, welding. A lot of people know me, graffiti, some of the original stuff back in the 70s, you know, Twin City breakdancer, the history of hip hop, the fact that I was the one finding the pictures because my mom, my grandma, and all them doing the catwalk, that hip hop was nothing new, just like rapping, because we used to go to church in the 60s and 70s and they be in there, you know, not just, you know, the fact that when they get their hooch and XXX, they start talking Mahalia Jackson and cussing everybody out and talking, you know, signified monkey and all that. The reality of the blaxploitation and the fact that James Brown didn't want to do it, but the feds and the fiat and them Zionists convinced him otherwise. See, he wasn't with all that, knowing his lineage. But you have these dumb Negroes who can't accept Isaiah Thomas, and they can't accept, you know, Ice Cube and ODB. You know, the fact of me knowing living great uncles and ancestors. I always point out Tennessee because they fought in the fictional Civil War. They said, man, we've been fighting these foreign motherfuckers y'all go to school with. What? You know, we're young, but we thought different. I was raised by old folk. I was raised by people 40, 50, 60, 70. You know, when I was just making it to 10. So my whole outlook is different. I had to do stand-up comedy just to learn what it is to be fucking funny, because I didn't find nothing funny. Y'all think this is some gassing shit. We walk amongst you, whether you like it or not. But these fake, fraudulent, new generation don't know nothing, dumb fucks are going to be the diabolical ruining of you based upon psyops. They're so stupid. When you tell them who built Liberia, a motherfucker, oh, well, they don't have a clue. They don't even know what a lot of real Indians, Mi'kmaq, this, that, and the other look like. Some of them look dark with long necks, 6 foot tall, kind of Chinese. Now they run around over there because they had to get rid of them, some fighting motherfuckers. I put that up because I know nobody knew about that war, that little post I put up. I'm going to try to whitewash, blackwash, Africanize it. Well, see, I know things you don't know. I know about tribes and treaties made with my family. Real ones. Seen them, physical documents. So all these dumb niggas on YouTube that talk all that and yeah, HBCU shit, Like the little goofy motherfucker that wanted to take my shit over there. Like nobody was gonna come back and let me know, or this motherfucker just wants to get views. These are the idiots when you think about let me see, let me pull it up, make sure I got it. The ownership of the African American narrative is a complex issue with no single answer. While African Americans themselves are the primary authors, because you've been conditioned and fucking stupid, narrators and interpreters of their own experience based on irrelevant, non-historical fucking lies, right? The narrative is also shaped by broader social factors. Historical context, there's none. None. History, do we have to go back and look at George fucking Orwell or Mark Twain, Carl Bishop? Do we have to pull them out, the old heads, and tell you everything you know is backwards, fucked up, reverse, inverted, upside down? If you buy into it, you discredit your fucking self. These goofy ass niggas, and they'll never debate me because I'll fuck them up on their level, their college intuitive stupidity, or that goddamn, what do you call it? Do the right thing. Hey, mama. Hi. The regurgitation of the frappations of the chocolations we get until we can bring it into the chocolate, put it into the brown. You know what I'm saying? Bing Crosby with the motherfucking Fat Albert. Hey. I mean, we could do it all. I'm an Uncle Ruckus they ass. Tired of this stupid ass shit. They don't know what the fuck black means. They don't know what white means. The fact that you go back into the 1920s, it never meant nothing about races. That was when they was establishing it before the fake Jim Crows and the murdering for our land like these giant as fucks do. Problem is, we fought back and killed and fucked up a lot of them. Now it's a bunch of pussy ass niggas talking about collab to come together. Only a Fed would do this kind of shit when the time of calamity. Only a dumb nigga would do that kind of shit, want to fight with one another. I literally got thousands and thousands upon thousands of brothers and cousins and sisters and whatever the fuck you want to call them in Africa, in Morocco, and all over Ethiopia, Israel, that know, have more respect, and they have utter disregard and disdain. That's why a lot of them trying to get rid of them niggas over there in Africa, send their ass back. They don't want them. They looking at them, you betray your own. What the fuck we want with you? I'm telling you, my boy Bullman, multi-millionaire, served with me as enlisted. They wanted him to be an officer because of his background and surgery and shit. He's like, no, I want to work with the brothers and sisters. I ain't gonna learn them from you motherfuckers sitting up eating lobsters and steaks. Ha ha ha. Goddamn, the American military is the only one that got fucking goofy ass dumb fucking officers. It's surprising that these dumb motherfuckers listen to them. They hate their enlisted. It ain't like that around the world. Some Sweden and them places, they work together. Like if they're with special forces and they not. Drink coffee, have a good time, have beers, no fraternization. Hey, make a baby, whatever, it's to the peoples. Because the Zionists control the narrative and a bunch of sellout motherfuckers based on goofy secret societies and all that other dumb shit, and these worthless ass niggas keep pushing the narrative. The smart ones, because they're inferior here, not literally, but in the state that they're in, they won't argue with me. You know why? It's not because I want them to succeed. I want them to give in to me. No, I want them to bring some very good points. I want them to tell me their travels and what they found, what they've read, who they've listened to, who they talked to, what did they just throw away, deny. Because there's a lot of that. I've conversed with people who says, you mean to tell me your uncles? Yeah, they said we got Indiana. Someone said we is Indiana. Where they from? Did you ever go back there and look for the graves, the old homes? Did you go back there in the backyard where the house used to be, if the foundation's still there, or if not, and see the graves covered in all the shrub? We have more graves on this land than any other body. Back in woods, where woods used to be, standing. Graves that have been tossed up, turned over. Central Park is just one. Want me to keep going? Don't even want to get into Rosewood, how big it really was. You see, and the funny thing is, a lot of people that was pointed out had come off the boat. They literally weren't born here. I'm tired of these goofy, worthless, no good, sellout, piece of shit, black, dead motherfucking niggas. And if y'all listening to them, then you become that walking dead thing. The zombie thing, zombification. Do you think it's all about scarification and, You already got that. You can go out there in Philly and LA and, you know what I'm saying, they're all over them. Phoenix, goddamn, you know what I'm saying, Seattle, Washington. They are in Chicago. You got them everywhere. That's them ones. How about the ones who are dead here in thought? When they say scholarly and academic, and who's academic? What scholar? Self-interpretation. They can't even be honest about the owner of the term. All right? Y'all know I got a picture of the individual and when he owned it and who he is and all that other shit. Right? But I just want to see the goofy AI and everything else, how they update all their new shit with falsehoods and everything else. So as y'all know, it's a fake-ass Jew, a Zionist, who owns the term African-American. Now, they try to get rid of it. Like I said, you know, I already made a post long ago showing you this goofy-ass young motherfucker. And people don't want to accept the reality of this truth. That is, and it's steeped in the ideology of a food company. Literally. Like Soylent fucking Green. But you let these dumb niggas, these fed, these old wannabe hack jobs who are throwaways, you listen to them dumb motherfuckers, and you get exactly what the fuck you deserve. All right, I'm trying to see. You see, now they put all that term on black folk, fake ass black folk, and the king of it. You know, let me show you the king of this goofy motherfucker, right? I want you to look at this son bitch. If you can see it, I'll make a post if you can't. That's Jesse Jackson with all that Masonic, Sigma, whatever the goofy shit with the king when he was in Africa, but showing you the goddamn the fake narrative of what would be on the Baron. The triplane, the Red Baron. Remember the flag, the Iron Cross, you know, the Vatican, you know, Prussia, fucking. This is significant to some shit, and people don't want to see it. That's all around his head with the fucking the harmonic. I forget the name of it from Tartary. But no, these dumb niggas and these young ones should really pay attention and listen. Because they don't know what the fuck they talking about. They listening to these little black homosexuals. Yes, that's what that nigga is on TikTok, a fucking homosexual. I already had 5 people. You know, I got teachers and retired people who are on the head of board of education and everything. You know this. Dude hit me back. Well, I know who that nigga is. He's a faggot. Don't say that. You know, I still will protect my gay brothers and sisters, don't they? Because that's not our way. Don't think I'm allow you to be verbally abusive, this, that, and the other. It's these perverted motherfuckers running around with Kellogg's Fruit Loops tied up in their hair and fucking, I don't know, 100 colors, like they disrespecting the crayon box made by that beautiful German woman, right? And then sitting there and telling you it's okay to be in back door and looking for straight men to break up families and pass on diseases. I ain't no respect for them. You have gay men who had children with women, just to let you know. And though they bisexual, boobies, hips, all that, still got the tallywhacker, they raising their children like men. And still with their mama. I'm not talking about married. It's obvious. Well, maybe she's a freak in the sheets. I don't know. A lot of weird things going on. But still, there's thousands, if not millions, and successfully. They're not broken, out there murdering and killing. They don't want to run around and be all some other man's backside. That was something that they did. Regardless of how and why. So I'm not here to fucking hit on them fucks. Morally and soundfully, we have to look at things and be rational. These goofy motherfucking young cats, I think he's from Chicago originally. He might have moved to Africa somehow on some goofy nigga, right? Because they can't get their heads right. Only a handful do. And they want to talk gangster. They don't even know where the term gangster come from, this fake ass tough guy. Let me tell you something. I'm not one to do a lot of talking. I like to laugh, see things. I'm always studying shit. Literally, I'm studying fucking the sand. I walk around and I pick up a handful of sand and I look at it. Shit jumps out at me. I'm not here to explain a goddamn thing about it. I study you. I study everything. Man, I study stupid fucking people too. Yeah, but you're all right. You got the history. You got family. You're using Indian. I don't call me no goddamn made up state identity bullshit Indian motherfucker. I use that in layman's terms. While you motherfuckers running around calling, let me see what y'all call yourselves all kind of shit. Adults can refer to 2 distinct concepts: American descendants of slaveries. These are some stupid motherfuckers. A political and social movement. Political? Politics? Social? Oh, sociology is my, yeah, you know what? I can fall for that under a psychological fucking narrative where they banshee back crazy and they deserve to be in one of them ex-motherfucking science buildings that we call an asylum, right? American descendants of slaves. Those are dumb motherfuckers. Now we get into them FBA stupid motherfuckers, right? Where they say foundation of black Americans. You know, what's that dude's name? The one who was Africa, and all of a sudden he got on when people stopped listening to his goofy ass, he turned around, okay, we're American Indian. Because Brown got on his ass, used to play basketball. You know what I'm talking about, right? Gula, right? Is a term that refers to individuals in the United States. It's not even fucking America. Must be 5031C now, who can trace their ancestry directly back to the system of slavery. It was being a POW. If you can't figure that out, then you ain't really coming across the right documents, because there are censuses showing that motherfuckers were PO fucking W's, marked the fuck out and put S for slave. That's a fucking fact. I saw him. I used to take it over there in New York to the fucking the fake ass motherfucking NATO motherfuckers in the world. I used to take it over there before hitting Sloan Cater with my service dog and then seeing the children with the cancer shit. My old lady was driving the red double-decker bus. See, these motherfuckers can't go at me, but I can go at them full motherfucking press. That's what the fuck I did when egos and I motherfuckers. I keep it in the eye because my foundation is based upon the trust of myself to do the things that are right. So that way my lineage, regardless of what has happened, will turn around and go, damn, okay, that's Pops. Oh shit. Yeah, that's who the fuck I really am. Well, a little different, but yeah. Now you gotta remember the key aspects of FBAs is a fucking concept. Them motherfuckers, some frauds in the politics, they know that you wasn't no goddamn slave. They know that you're the aboriginal motherfuckers. But you listen to these goofy young motherfuckers that's bought into this Moorish shit. Well, we could be Italians. Well, we could be Greeks, Grecians. We could be whatever. It was all here, but they always go to Morocco and they go to flag and a treaty. One fucking treaty in 17, so whatever the fuck that goofy shit is, right? 18, whatever the fuck it is. What the fuck that got to do with the treaties beforehand? The fact that there's literally got ex-feds who done video voiceovers telling you when they took these motherfuckers across of Russia, when they bought Alaska and all that shit, and the France, when they breaking up the land, they kept their little motherfucking immortals who were fighting, their little Mongols. And they established to say, we don't like them, you're my family, but we're going to make you fucking, we're going to make you the new indigenous. There are motherfuckers telling this. But you still want to listen to these worthless, dumb, black, dead, walking, stupid motherfuckers who don't exist. I remember we had fake ass Indians talking about, I don't like Charleston White. Because he's talking about gangs. Snitching. You like to kill each other. You say you don't like it. But the most confused, dumbest niggas I ever seen. Following the herd of stupid motherfuckers. When you get up close to my age and you in your 30s, whatever, you talking about you got a problem with Charleston White because the way he come across, nigga, you that emotionally unstable, that motherfucking... What the fuck are you defending? When you ask simple questions like that, look at that big punk ass nigga that went in there when he was getting a haircut and hit him in the head with a pistol. You know, he got busted on the raid, right? Old goofy ass nigga out of Texas. Portray Crips or whatever the fuck. OG Percy wanting to get it together. If the nigga stops smoking motherfucking woos, you know, crack lace motherfucking weed, he'll get his shit together. I saw that nigga get in the ring for his after prison, all swole up. Like I knew most of the time. My father used to make sure I knew all the times he was in Riker Island, right? He says, yo, Red, he said, Jimmy, I don't give a fuck what you do. You're going to learn how to hit hard. And you're going to learn how to move. Whether you got the wind or you don't, I'm going to teach you how 1, 2, 3 hits. And man, let me tell you something. I used to run them drills till my wrist was sore, my elbows hurt, tendonitis, my shoulders. And then I used to hold with 5-pound weight and just doing this. And I got to the point when I was like 16, 17, when I was in karate and I was still boxing, you know, Well, I could do this shit for fucking 10 minutes with 5 fucking pounds. And then I moved up to 10 pounds. I'm just doing this simple movement. And then I start, and you don't want to throw your shoulder out. And then I start moving, but moving the weight instead of just, you know, and doing this with 10 and 25 pounds. I wouldn't even count. It would be a little time, I guess 3 and 5 minutes. Beep. Put that shit down, break a sweat. Holy shit. Then, you know, you turn it, you got the ladder, you got the cones, you know what I'm saying? Right? Bobbing and weaving, you know what I'm saying? Shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying? Just doing that for like 5 minutes. 5 times 5. So all that right there, I might tell you, said a lot of motherfuckers got a plan. They got a whole lot to talk about until they get punched in the mouth. A lot of bad motherfuckers, huh? Taking TRT and all that gear don't make you, that just make you mad. That don't make you strong. When you run up on the right motherfucker that know how to malachi crunch that ass. See, everybody talk all tough and badass because people are easily manipulated with words. Words are spells. But I like one of them motherfuckers to debate me with all they shoe shine shit. I would love to see one of them motherfuckers debating me. And then if they don't like it there and they've been training, we can get in the motherfucking octagon or the goddamn ring. Or we can freestyle. Don't, just because I got fucked up back and joints, don't get it twisted. Because I got 5 minutes or 10 seconds you can't handle. And I'm saying that with my authority. I got 5 minutes or 10 seconds you can't fucking handle. I guarantee fucking to you. So all that tough shit, leave it at the door. Let's be marginally rational, responsible. I don't give a fuck with your affiliation in the street, what you went through, how you feel, what is done, how much shit, because there's a lot of BJJ guys, right? And they just love to get in and wrestling, and it don't always work that way. Street-wise, it's good if you get old drunk, dumb motherfucker that don't know how to move. It's nothing you try and jump or shoot at a motherfucker that crack you in the top of your head and cause you to get some staples. Fusions and shit. People think that hard hand motherfuckers are gone. We ain't gone nowhere. We a little older. But a lot of us ain't that wore the fuck out either. And some of us don't give a fuck, man. There's nothing there's nothing holding us back. No conscience, no feelings, no emotions. Standing there talking, we just want to run up in your fucking mouth. No adrenaline dump. Nope. It's fucked up when you got somebody with no adrenaline dump. Mm-hmm. How long you think I had to be beaten by my mammy to get to that point? That when I used to fight, people were like, don't fight Red. You saw what he did to Greg. He jumped on the back of that big 180, 200 pounds heavier than him and went to beating on him. Yeah, guy flipped me upside down in this way where I did the mural. I waited a week or two and I saw him walking down the hallway by the murals I was painting. Miss Biscoe, art, beautiful. Oh my God. Anyway. I jumped on the back of that motherfucker like goddamn spider pouncing on a cricket. And I went to fucking smashing and bashing. Everybody remembered that. I just snapped. But there was no feelings. When there was nurse office, when they was talking to me, it was first when they established nurse shit, Black Panther shit, right? And like, you okay, baby? My grandma said, no, my boys in the family, they just fucking mean. That was a term, but it's, y'all say the ethos, the warrior's ethos, right? If you want to read some dumb shit. It was just instinctive. It took something. And I never equated it because I always had a woman that I would call mama, big mama. It's so I didn't really miss out. And pappy and poppy and pops, And whenever it was about pain or pleasure, I almost got to the point where I took I got great pleasure out of it, giving pain. And thank goodness I was still able to get an ass whooping, and that great grandma made sure that was not the case. Because it even messed up the fact that I'm a little 6-year-old boy after, following me rescue out there in the backyard off Grove Street playing with a goddamn red Wilkland fox. And it ain't killed me. And I mean, red. How she said, from now on, you're home on the shoulder to me. It's nicknames. That's what we do. And I used to get whooped in school. And so Mama Tina says, you don't hit him. You know he went through 6 years of abuse. You don't. Miss Winston. Miss Winston tore my ass up. I didn't cry, though. I was just looking at her and scared her. Because I looked at her with a blank stare like, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't remember that. I know that it scared her. Little 6-7-year-old boy. She done whooped the tallywhack out of her. Ain't no cry, no nothing. Just fist clench, teeth grinding. So keep fucking around talking big shit. Fake tough motherfuckers. So how long you think it takes? And what do you think it takes to get somebody to go into the dark the zone of, I gotta put my hands on you, really? I don't want to. See, that's the contradiction, right? Where I don't want to because I'm more rational. But God damn it, if I say fuck it, you think it's gonna be slow? It's gonna be with mercy, tapping out. You think it's choreographed? All those different moves and shit? Grounding, pounding and all that shit? Nigga, huh? I remember being a white belt, being pit up in Goshen-God Karate School in Bloomfield Avenue. 2 brown belts and 2 black belts kicking me and whooping my ass. Like, what the fuck is that? I came to learn karate, Bruce Lee. Hey, whoop my ass up, barefoot on bamboo. I went home, mama got Epsom salt and the linen and shit. You know, that liniment. She said, oh, baby, don't worry, you be back there tomorrow. I was like, what? She said, boy, I'll pay you for a month. You're going to get a month. Mama told me, your ass going to be right back there, boy. I was back. And after fucking 6 months, I kicked 2 of the brown belts' asses with a white belt on with 2 yellow stripes and a blue stripe. Beat their ass. Huh? Are there people that know? Man, you see what motherfucking James did in the class at the school I went. People I went to karate school, I went with Western Italians. They was like, I ain't have a problem. I used to go and get 1 slice, 2 pieces of pizza. Hey man, come on back. We'll show you how we make it a pizza and the mamas and the sauces today. You know, I used to sit down when I was lifting heavy at the Y in the gym, and I used to sit down and eat a whole Italian cheese pizza with garlic and pepper to make a nigga mean. Yes, lifting everything I could fucking get my hands on that I can lift. I didn't know there was still anger and rage, but there's no emotions or feelings with it. So it was blank. So keep talking all that badass, what you gonna do, Billy Bad, messing and misdirecting and misguiding motherfuckers. You won't do it in my face, and you damn sure won't do it on a debate. Fuck your little monkey ass up. Now that's out the way. How's my peoples doing? Hey, Shy City, let me do the filter. Can y'all hear me pretty good? Because I put it down here. I used the other one. I can actually use both. Hey, Kiermir, this is bang, man. My apologies. I looked at. I could have been bought this. I ain't all gimmicky. Y'all gonna make sure I'm taking care of it, ain't y'all? Goddamn Ganja will help me with the damn sound. I gotta get all that set up in the truck when I get it built up. I appreciate y'all. Don't get it twisted. West Side, everybody. Hook you up. You need the mic. You need man. Y'all young as a something else. Wow, I love y'all though. Anyway, right? As long as it sounds good. So I just want to shout y'all out, and then we can get into more better things. I didn't tag the dude because I know he's emotional ass stuff will come right over here, but I made a comment so he can see it. He can come on my channel and watch some shit. And if he still feels the same way, he ain't gonna do nothing else but do this. That's all that little Chinese black Watunga looking motherfucker gonna do. Looking like an Olmec with his big fat head self. Anyway, hey, Fred, what's up, beloved? Andy, ¿qué pasa, amigo? Precisa, Shot City. What's going on? It's Martin. What's up, mama? How you doing, baby girl? Lance Ward, you already know. Appreciate it. So anyways, yeah, I use this one. I'm just going through both, make sure they both work. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I express and I tell people, like, when I was poisoned, like what happened, like I wasn't supposed to really do nothing for like a year, almost a year or two, to let my heart fully heal, but they did things they really shouldn't have. And I don't really go all hard in that stuff. If that were the case, then everything I'm saying about know how it ends and this, that, and other would mean meaningless. I don't have to believe. I've accepted it. I didn't make it. I didn't just wake up because I saw enough movies and read enough bullshit where I had this goofy ass dream. This dream ain't got shit to do with anything I've read, seen, or anything. I didn't fabricate it. Just like the story. It's just, it happened, and it happened so much and for so long before I even came here. It's a dream I had so many goddamn times. You know, how do you do that? I started reading and looking into shit. Oh, what happens if a dream? What if you have it like more than 1,000 times? What if you can't leave it? What if you go to sleep and you want to forget it? And it started, and then there's a lot of information out there. And I says, well, damn, can I buy into everything? I mean, I read to people. I've read a lot of stuff. Things are questionable. And we know that everything's been tainted and touched. Yet I can't deny what I saw when I was on Willowdale in an alleyway. Them people, tall, big, with all that light around them, armor, looked right back at me and Reg. And Reg hid himself. He hid in the corner where the windows are. His bed was right here. His bed, the room over where we play stuff, right? It was a closet, kitchen, bathroom, living room, bed, her bedroom. And she used to come in there and sit on me on the edge of the bed on my back. I couldn't breathe. You know, 3, 4, 5 years old. One big ass sit on you. 100 and something, 2 of y'all. I couldn't breathe with my hands down the side, and she would just well up on me, beat on my lower back, beat on my legs, my ass, just beat on me. And then sometimes get the belt, and she would whoop me in ways that, butt naked and wet, it didn't matter, and hit me with things. And you know what I'm saying? That trauma, I was able to see something. They looked right back at us. And I remember looking at them, my eyes must have been as big as 2 fucking moons, or the sun and the moon. And it's just looking. Well, it's walking away to battle. Powerful. What the fuck was they fighting looking like that? That had them like content? Or were they worried? Were they not worried? Or something that didn't have to happen that they allowed to happen? I don't know. I'm over in Italy. I see the guy who's my boy. He's half Italian from Chicago. Big motherfucker. Ordnance guy, right? They all like me. Now, I don't know little motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. I was ripped up about, you know how it is, shredded. It looks like you're big, but I was about 180 pounds. I don't know. 180, 90 pounds. I don't know. I was just 180 pounds. I don't know. I was ripped. I was, you know, you see it in my uniform. And that nigga eyes closed that way first. And you know me, I wasn't drinking. I ain't drunk or nothing. We ain't doing drugs. And I'm just looking at this nigga like this. And you know, I didn't get all worked up. I was this nigga do a cat eye on me. And then it closed that way, like he slipped up. It didn't close fast enough. And my boy I just felt a little breeze. This nigga just left me. Oh, you think I'm making this shit up? He finds it funny when I tell the story on here. He said, that nigga was never right after that. And then the other one with that little bitch with nothing but solid black fucking eyes. Now, nigga, come on, man. Oh, look at what she looked like. She was an old little E.T. motherfucker with that Annie velour, black dress, black buttons, white as fucking this. And yeah, that's what it. Anyway, right? And she just squatted down. I smell like you. It just, you know. Anyway, she squatted down. I know we heard the motherfucker singing Lucifer, and I'm laughing, going, "They know that's my name." Anyway, right? She pissing on the corner, and she just looked right up at us, and it was nothing but black eyes. Nigga, look, man. You know how the people when they fast walk and they got them little flapping ass looked like butterfly shorts, ass just twitching. That was me getting up. We was all twitching, fast walking like a motherfucker, trying to play it off like, what the fuck? Get back to Fleet Landing, nigga. We up out of here. This something ain't right. But this fucking, I had lost all religion. Losing my religion. You know what I'm saying? Depeche Mode, whatever the fuck name of the group, right? I ain't never want to go back to that motherfucker. I came back home looking at Italians like they were fucking stupid. Oh, you niggas made a name off of us. I knew about the Black Mafia, you know, Frank Lucas was a relative of mine. So I knew who was full of shit and who wasn't, you know? The fact that Zionists gave them a platform because of the Vatican, the same motherfuckers. Now I got a lot of Italian brothers who are John Corelli. I got brothers who I love. They love me. I love them. We are one. If one was having a problem, I'd be on what's going on. My daughter. Hey, look. I need to borrow $400-500. I got a flight. So and so and so. I ain't got to worry about food, where to sleep, or nothing. I'm right there. We're gonna bury. I'll pay. You go ahead and get it. I'll pay in the next 2 months. I'll pay for the headstone. That's how we get down. Nigga, I'm making my way there. I'm lock and loaded. What's going on? Where you at, Red? I done had a couple people already come up here and meet me out by the gas station up here. People I know coming through, working their truck, send a message, Red. Yo, I'll be right there early in the morning. I had a little female come out, wanted me to rock the back of the. No. I'm being straight up. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, I showed her where I'm at, and she was like, okay. And her brother was. On the thing was talking, hey man, what's going on? I was like, yeah, I'm out here. It's like I'm right back on the reds without being on the red, cuz. You see what I'm saying? I get a little, I almost said something I'm not supposed to say. Anyway, so, you know, all these things, you know, and there's other things. This is a plethora of things. But those are the most, when people can vouch who are there. Now, some other ones people can vouch, but they don't want nothing to do with it because they don't want to stir the frequency. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it is what happened. Whatever happened, man, fuck it. And I told you this world is weird, man. You know, these motherfuckers, hey, look, I'll be like, you right, you know? But I tell my story. I tell my genealogy and history. I have no problem saying, you know, Kaiser Klein and Schultz, the Germans that married my family to them were melanated, not from Africa, the original Germanic people, and a light skin. The fact that on my father's side is the coolies, which were very dark people. China, the person who was pushed out came here. They were very dark. I mean, goddamn dark. All right? Married into the Choctaw, the Chickasaws, whatever, fuck, right? In Costa Rica. The fact that we were down there first, before we even came up this motherfucker. It's my father's side. People think that the Trail of Tears, Hollywood, fake ass, that's all they do is tell them fucked up stories. It wasn't no goddamn, no, motherfuckers died because of the wars. We had a lot of old folks who were wounded, this, that, and other. We ain't had a proper care, but we was making our way and it wasn't no horse and buggies and all that doom shit. Nigga, we had vehicles. Anyway, we made our way to Oklahoma, a grand old big ass city we had. And all these dumb foreigners where they scuttled all them boats coming from Carolina, you call California, the islands, all them shit, all that wreckage, they blew them up and sunk them. Set them afire. I don't know. That's how stupid these motherfuckers are, destructive. They all the ones that came in. All that fake ass Mexico, all this other fake ass shit. We had a grand city. They want you to believe in that little part. Great. No, that whole city was our shit. Big motherfucker. And all them foreigners here. Just want to stay at the pot. Still at war with them motherfuckers. And I'm supposed to sit here and talk to these dumb niggas, still holding on to roots that my uncle John Amos played into, and you know, all that bullshit. It was hijacked from the African Queen, whatever the fuck that real book created by that Peckerwood. And people don't want to buy it, don't want to see it for what it is. And the history has always changed. And then why do you think they stopped for a period of time teaching history in goddamn those goofy ass schools? No, Trump came in and destroyed that because it's the end. The majority of you dumb niggas, every day I see a motherfucker I grew up with that got the ooey-ah-ah, he's dead. All the family members lived over 90 or 100. This nigga dead at 50, 48, May 61, dropped dead. But hey, you saw the whole motherfucker for 4 years. I got mine. I call it shot. We can do this. New Jersey, I'm a first responder and all this other. Yeah, you first in the grave, nigga. Nobody wants to make sense because now they scared. want to argue and fight, and while we're trying to say, look, this maybe we want to argue and fight, we were saying nonsense. I don't trust them, man. And them the very ones running around with the sheikies, you know, blackity, 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 pounded, blackity, blackity. I'm like, but I hate the white man, but no, we love the white man. Y'all the most confusing motherfuckers I ever seen. And they want niggas to listen to them, you know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter. What the fuck is that? I'm like, do they know what black means? What the fuck? They spoke a curse on themselves. They're moving in accordance with the curse, and these dumb motherfuckers can't shake it because they don't know no better. Well, I'm not messing with magic. You messing with Jesus, bitch. Shut up and Muhammad, the fuck out of here. Tell me they ain't messing with magic. Hey, man, that's all that shit is magic, nigga. Yeah. You want to debate? You can't even debate based on, you can't even debate yourself in your own way to tie your shoe. You can't debate nothing. Them motherfuckers are so scary that they worried about things that shouldn't be worried about. Just like the motherfuckers run these platforms. They ain't solid in shit. They solid in shit. You know, oh, we're going to affect the money and we're going to affect it. Oh, shut the you ain't changing the outcome, you retarded fuck. And you damn sure ain't making it better on yourself. I need some more of this goddamn lime water. I ain't gonna lie, cause when my boy, he paid me the one something. It's $275, but because he had to travel and he's gonna be there for a couple of years. A Navajo brother. He has like 150 herd cattle and 400 sheep and shit that the family, and he's the main, even though he goes out in welds and he makes, like I said, $40-some an hour, and he 7 days, sometimes 12 hours, he gets, that's a lot. Y'all don't know about welding. A lot of, it's like somebody doing roofing. When I learned how to lay 3 tiles, that means 3 whole packs. You know, that's $75 an hour. If you can lay 3 tiles, squares, in an hour, that's $75. If you're a roofer and you do that tiling and shit and you set up all your stuff, I used to make $75 an hour doing roofing, right? Anyway, he has all these things, right? And the chicken coop that I gave him, and we built it bigger and all that, and he's feeding a lot of Navajos with this stuff. They have the animals and the bulls and stuff that they will never slaughter and kill. That's family, but you know, they know what part it is, but it's part of the dynamic of the existence, goats and sheep. And he makes them monetarily, the hay, all that. And I told him you pay that back when, because that's how solid we is. He loaned me $1,000 once. I gave it back to him like in a month. You know what I'm saying? But that was because of my service dog. My niece rolled up, blah, 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 and I had to pay for it. And he was like, no, I got you, Jay. And I didn't ask for shit. So now I paid him back. And whenever he needs something, I give it to him. And he ain't really got to pay me back yet. Yeah, he went ahead and sent it back, and I just put it into my portfolio thing. I ain't here to talk about that. So it was, and he still owes me like 100, but it was 175. And because he had to travel, buy all that stuff, that's the reason why. He doesn't have to explain to me. I know, you know. But as far as daughter, the 500, I don't think I'm mercy. And the money from the shit, that takes a while. Even when T told me it takes a while, it could take a few months before. That's if they're doing what they're supposed to and I get it back. Maybe they're not. Maybe I didn't do something. I don't know. So I was getting ready to go ahead and pull a few $100 out of my just to go get a pizza and some beer and shit and chill out today. And I didn't. It had to come out tomorrow. So I didn't do it. And I just, fuck it, we'll sit around. And I'm gonna work on that a little bit, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But these are the things that a lot of people, convenience. We're in a world where people like convenience. And then if they don't have, they act some kind of way. They get all, they want a quick answer. You know, I had somebody say, well, why don't you let your daughter? See, this is what I'm talking about. People are mindless. They're so materialistic. They're so, it's not the way to be. There's a lot of things going on in this world, man. Very few get to see some of that stuff or deal with it, or and then how do you the social part of it, how do you put it out there without, I always say if somebody's telling a story and they're sensationalizing it, I'm calling bullshit. I've seen shit that, I'll be honest with you, I still question, like, what the fucks? And then I remember when I accepted myself, I even said, what the fuck? What is it? Why me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody. Well, not in the thick of it. I know that there's a few. I am stuck on balance. I can't shake it. I don't care what I do. I can't shake balance. I just can't do it. And if it wasn't for that, you think I don't give a fuck. I'm being dead ass honest. I don't give a fuck. But that balance, whatever that is, that motherfucker's a hard driving son of a bitch, y'all. I mean, pedal to the metal, like, God damn it. Was that a drone fly? That's a funky looking fly. Anyway, right? I'm not here to stop nothing. That's not a catchphrase. I'm not here to threaten or anything, but you've got a demented, sick group of individual things. And those motherfuckers will never find their way back or whatever. You know what I mean? But the few of you, I'm very aware. Maybe it's none of you. Maybe it's somebody else that might see it one day and realize, oh shit. I don't know. But those who get it, they get it. You know? But there are a lot of things out here that will mislead you, misguide you. I always say, what I'm always saying, if I give a source, a reference, or I use material that's based on the time and the ethics behind it, do the research yourself, find out what you can. Like, you can't let everybody do what you do for you, what you got to do for yourself. There's no way around it. And I just bring things up when I'm like, Beyond the Ice Wall. I am telling you, there's more to this world than you can imagine. And the purpose of reading those things, all right, is for your benefit, to let you dream. Because a lot of people have stopped dreaming. You're under control. You're creating what they do, the world that you don't want. Now make it make sense. When you wake up and all you talk about is war, 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 what the fuck do you think you're manifesting? But you got gurus and them saying, put yourself in that circle of millionaires and speak positive affirmations. Do you know why? Have you figured it out yet? It's not complicated. These dumb niggas have set themselves up and they don't even know it. They think that they can pull out any time. Yeah, I've been smoking for 10 years. I can stop at any time. You know, 35 fucking years later, walking around with a trach and a tube and like the PJs. And my sex is beautiful queen. Come here and the Chinese brother. Huh? You know, what the fuck? That's crazy. Max V, what's up? REM, that was what, losing my religion. What's going on in Africa? Nothing's going on in Africa. Well, everything is going on everywhere, hon. I was pointing out something. I was making an interpretation based on something to be relevant. The fact that I've got a lot of people over there, some of them don't even consider that Africa. I know people my age and older who don't even call it fucking Africa. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we've already debunked and showed when the term was created and when it was pushed. And then they wanted to take it back to about the 14, 15. Now they changed it to 15, 1600. This all these dumb fucks do. And they don't stick in it because it don't matter. They want a new world order. In order to establish a new world order, the old order must be done away with. And people are part of doing away with it. And they're too unconscious, subconsciously stupid to fucking know better. I said a mouthful right there. I think I better chill with that, cuz. Hey, you already know. What's up, beloved? I hope y'all really share this and take it into account that there are broken individuals and they're always going to do broken things. You can't hate them. Don't get angry or mad. Animals get mad. Don't get all wild and don't do it. But if they dumb. I mean, if it quack like a fucking duck, it walk like a goddamn duck, it got a orange beak like a fucking duck, then it's a fucking duck in a duck fucking pond. I mean, you know. Don't get caught up in the banter at all, because they are doing it based on emotions and feelings. They are watching police videos. They're watching the disproportionate shit. They're watching it. It's not so full blown, but they don't know the full blown that happened. There's pain and there's harrowing tales and there's false narratives, and it's easier to subjugate yourself to something else without paying attention to everything because you may be accepted. First of all, we shouldn't be denying or accepting shit. It should be some normality in everything, where people walk together. You dig what I'm saying? Can nobody tell you who the fuck you are, where the fuck you from? We were the original ones where we could self-identify. Y'all aware of that? I get the pain. I get the anger and the rage. But this internal demeanor and fighting and this pestilent like shit. Young brains, they don't, you know, when we was coming up and when in college, you know, it was believed or thought the brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25. Now they push it to 26. I'm here to tell you that the brain never fully develops because it's not walking, you're not moving, and it's not functioning in its right consonants. If you believe in a lie, not only are you participating, you're reciprocating it. And it exudes in many different ways, not just at your pores and your aura and everything else. You're a dynamic structure that makes the fucking lie, you make it actually kind of factful. You create something that wasn't there. I know it's hard for me to explain it. Not really, but it's hard for people to accept it. Like right now, you got people running in and look, you know, because they don't even know who the fuck they are. Then you have those who are really going to listen because we have no fucking deal. It'd be different on how to deal. It's like prison rules and street rules and da. No, motherfucker, we do not have a deal. Now some of them saying it's an anomaly, all a bunch of dumb shit. They're fucking stupid. Do not move that way, okay? I'm not here, like I said, I'm not here to make you believe a goddamn thing. I really don't care. You could be around me 24/7, be like questioning everything, but you miss the most important things. This is why I always say to people, allow yourself to be viable. Allow yourself to retain some shit that you gain, because a lot of times we have to keep going back and back because we refuse to maintain that continence, that strength of the resilience, what we find means, and it means something and it works. We all over the fucking place, and yep, we got to do it again. I got to bring it back. That is not who you. Once you do something, you see it as a reality and as a revelation by the relevance of how you participate and practice things. You know, if you start going backwards, you got to say, okay, well, let me go forward. I'm aware I'm going backwards. I need to check the reason why and move forward. You correct that. Nobody else corrects it. If that's not the case, then what they've been doing, change the curriculum. You know about college, you go and you got this book for this class, you go in there, that shit's obsolete that fucking quick. They changed that much shit. So you got to get a new book with a little section that's meaningless. And you pay $5 more. This is the system they created to corrupt, to put you in debt, to fuck you up, only looking for the few. They can get up to a certain point. The rest, they don't give a fuck. That's not American. That is not, they fuck their democracy. You see that being screamed everywhere. Democracy has nothing to do with the truth. This is a fucking republic. It's not a liberal or conservative, all that bullshit. One nation under God. The God that they want you under is theirs. Y'all two, you don't know these things. You know what I mean? Hamites using our content on TikTok to make money. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I can't pin this. Oh no, come on, I can't pin it. I was gonna pin that, huh? Oh my goodness. Yeah, and that's right. I was trying to pin it, but it won't let me pin it. Why do they put all that negative shit? No, that's Nitsy. Yo, I'm trying to. They won't let me, smile. Yeah. You do the smiling for everybody, fam. I'm pointing out some things that I find it important. Maybe some of you see something in it, maybe some of you won't. I don't know. Let me do it because you guys didn't do it. I cannot perform with this ADOS, FBA, all that goofy shit. It is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It really is. It is just. It's some wicked shit as far as I'm concerned, and it's just how y'all would say Hashatan, the devil, or whatever the fuck. It plays on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can do it here, huh? Because I wanted to pin that. It won't let me pin it. Why wouldn't I do that again? I appreciate that, Nitsi. Yeah, it won't let me. I was trying to pin it, hun. Well, everybody can see it. Yeah, FBA is a scam. They keep deleting it every time I drop it. Wow, you serious? Shaw City, you serious? Word? Oh, they bugging, man. They bugging. Yeah. Damn, your big ass thing, big ass fly. Anyway, Shaw City, you got your wrench, right? Okay, where's it at? That's crazy. But Hamites using our content on TikTok to make money. It's a fact. It's a fact. And on YouTube. Now, I'm not sitting here. I will defend in the context to which they're using it. But the sad thing is, when you have niggas out of there talking about what's your culture and they're looking around the world, motherfucker, everybody's practicing our culture. Every fucking body. You can hear it when racists talk. Our slangs. It's everywhere. They unknowingly, that's how powerful you are. Them fake Zionist fucks, they know it. But our people, because they walk around with these grifters who don't know shit, but they speak based on anger and rage and what people are dealing with, and that's what gets them sucked in. This motherfucker saying that shit only for content, all because he wants the views. It's not so much how many people subscribe to the channel, but it's the interactions. You see what I'm saying? Right now, trolls, a lot of people are scared to come over and say anything, right? Because what the fuck are they going to say? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. What the fuck are they doing? They can watch and see it. I don't get all palpitations. I don't get all, hey, I put on an act because I find it funny. It's entertaining. Even the ones that ain't come in with the defiled little goofy ass selves, little fake monkey ass, want to have fake dread, twisted Shirley Temple motherfuckers. And she loved us too. And they come in and say, nigga, and then all this dumb stuff. I'm like, there they go, obedient little slave. Hold on to that while you can, motherfucker. When we start looking and checking motherfucking numbers and this, that, and the other, and line your ass up against the wall when that shit happens. I'm not here to share every dream, but I can relate some shit. They don't believe it. It's impossible. They had a little short time of some fake ass power, and they don't get it. All right? Y'all hit that like, man. Y'all coming up in here and everything, and then hitting the like and everything. And that's like Epstein. Epstein ain't fucking dead. Osama bin Laden, that he worked with the CIA. I mean, they get rid of people, but he ain't dead. That old fake ass, worthless ass Navy SEAL talking about when he said he was a liar. Right now, you got real professional special forces dismantling a lot of these goddamn goofy ass Zion. I don't know if they Zion. I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. If I'd have made it in the teams, I would have never been part of this deplorable state that they exist in. You know? Just to think, you know, I wanted to be a legionnaire and this, that, and the other. And the world had other plans. They had other plans for me. Hey, mama. Hi. You looking for some of the moms? You know it's the right time, yeah? How are you? How are you, mama? Hmm? What you doing? She's right up under me. Anyway. Y'all know that I'm not with all this division and separation. It was one world. Everything was available right here. It was divided and separated. Well, one thing we won't do is tolerate all the bullshit, for this is the old world, by the definition of this place. It is. And they want to legitimize everything that they profess and claim when their history is skewed and fucked up. All they do is make war. They're usury. That's what it is. I have a video I'm going to upload talking about it to give a better little insight. Usury. That's all it is. What's amazing to me, not mind-boggling, but amazing, is how people bought into this shit, betray one another, and fix themselves as if it's going to do them all right in the end. Yeah, Stephen Miller. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you got to go on their post, but they're not going to read that shit. They have the little fan group, the little whoever. They're not going to read. He's not going to read that shit unless you go over on your own X and you're talking shit right there to him. But a lot of times they just downplay it, and you know they're really stupid about things. You know what I mean? I don't even waste my time with them. Damn, this Doe's coffee, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all it's the shit. It's some good shit, y'all. It really is. My apologies, but it is. God, dog. I don't even have no more backwood blunt wraps, man. I got plenty of weed. Shit. Plenty of weed. God damn, I got plenty of that. But this is what I'm talking about, you know. You don't allow anything to control you. Sometimes you're in a situation where you have a situation of bring it to this point where you have to study, you have to think, you have to process. If you're sitting there going, oh, poor me, oh, I'm on my land, or whatever it may be, I don't like the fact that it is not accepting he's an African and all this other bullshit. Conceptually, that's besides it being triggering stuff. You gotta have that calmness, that rationale. You've got to let everything unfold itself and then articulate and let the trickle down effect and articulate the things that in response how you should negotiate. And sometimes there are people who will be an influence and will assist. It's not always the case, but a lot of times y'all know this. You know, you have a personal relationship. You've seen this, or you've been part of it. In some form, it's some type of monopoly when you look at it in this bigger scheme of things. But I always thought everything that we do was always supposed to be for the betterment. I'm seeing that the world is that backwards right now where it's not. So you have this black think tank, this goofy little young nigga running his fucking mouth and he thinks he's talking and sharing information that is credible and balanced. No, not when a nigga got to sit there reading the shit he's talking about and he's regurgitating and repeating himself over and over and over. There's no didacticity. There's nothing in there that is beneficial. Maybe he thinks he's going to be rewarded, or he's just that fucking stupid, making sure that you get up off the land. You know, Umar Johnson, he actually came forward and says, yes, the original people of America is Africans. Well, at least you know we're the original people, but by the definition of claiming and professing a Garvinite and how they got rid of Marcus Garvey because he fell, he cannot be honest. He's done made tens of millions, right, off motherfuckers donating to him for bullshit he never accomplished, while he's still getting paid, you know, 6 figures to go and talk to a bunch of dumb motherfuckers from HBCUs and everything else that the system permits and allows, because it further indoctrinates and keep people from the truth, incorporates them into the lie. Incorporates, right? States, United States, right? And he does it willingly. Just like Henry Louis Gates' punk ass and all these other dumb motherfuckers. Jesse Jackson look a hot fucking mess. Al Sharpton, he lost weight in his body, and I think they forgot to do it in his head, because his head must weigh as much as his goddamn body do. The bobblehead of reality. I'm just saying. And you would think that they would be like, okay, Cornel West, look at that dumb goofy motherfucker. He's the back of the, that's the nigga like Jay-Z trying to talk to motherfucking Denzel Washington. This is like, get your goofy ass away from me. I don't be no Dan as one of Satan's goddamn preachers. You know? There's only one nothing to do with that non-hard-working dancing on the stage line of motherfuckers, New York. Shut the fuck up. Niggas in New York don't want batshit crazy, all the potential there. What was that thing, bro? Don't tell the Oh, yeah, think nothing of it. Appreciate you, Shy. Appreciate it, huh? Yeah. All my beautiful sisters. Anyway, you know I can ramble on and ramble on. I really do want to work on this today. Wednesday's looking like rain. I should get a tarp, and I'm gonna set my tent up in that when I get a deck on. So y'all gonna be watching me do lives talking out the tent on the back of my thing. I'm gonna put up on the truck. I want to lift it up. I got T will help me out. Put up on the truck. We're gonna both have to put our back braces on and get a picture of that. I got something I got to share with the young little, my little Mexican brother, Noah, and Dan, who's getting his shoulder worked on, friends we made out here. So they were like, send some pictures. So I got to send someone. I turned the phone back on because I told you I'm not going to pay for something I never had to pay for. The system is completely goofed and messed up. You can work with it, but you have to be deplorable in it. I know somebody asked me, I don't know if it's an agent or they had asked me, and I'm going to relate this again. Your injuries. I was like, my injuries are my injuries, bro. If I was to sit there and lament in all my injuries and to suck it up, you know, and I would I would make the pain greater. I know that things can regenerate. You can heal. You can grow new limbs. Hey, baby, you got a mouthful of about 6, 7 damn muffs. Go feed your babies. Go feed your babies. Straight up protein for her babies. She got a mouth with about 5 motherfucking little white moths in it. Anyway, right? My wrist, right? Because lately it's been swelling up a little bit, right? And it goes down, you know. Don't have diabetes and none of that shit. My back is just, I was supposed to have, when the fake ass shit came through and I got poisoned, I was scheduled that following week for my, I got 3rd back surgery. I had money on a food truck that I was building in Phoenix, New Mexico. Yeah, I had put about $45,000 on a food truck I was having built. So I couldn't make, it was an indefinite rescheduling. They didn't know when, because the corona had kicked up. I got poisoned, drowning on blood. The food truck, it took damn near almost 2 years to get that money back. I just invested it. I'm gonna heat some food me. Oh yeah, go eat, baby girl. Snake. Anyway, right? Check it out. So, and with all that, I'm grateful I didn't have that back surgery. Regardless of the sharp pains that come and go on my knees, I do what I got to. There are times when I have, well, I haven't really had no sweets other than just fruits. But there are times when I used to eat some cookies and stuff, my knees, I didn't want to get up. The sugar is a motherfucker. You hear me? Some of you know I have Bell's palsy, right? And I don't feel nothing here. Right here, there's no feeling. No feeling at all. None whatsoever. And those things don't define me. I still move like I'm supposed to move. You're supposed to be able to move a lot better, up to your 80s, 90s, even close to your 100s. Trust me, y'all. Whenever the issues come or the pain, I suck it up. And sometimes I get up and say, fuck it, let me go walk on it. Let me go do what I got to do. Let me put my little copper tone shit on, hit a little alcohol here. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from all the things that would aggravate and make it worse. And this is through decades of studying and training, you know? So yeah, I threw the back brace on, the knee pin and the knee brace and the da-da, I wrap, you know what I'm saying? Even sometimes when I'm going to sleep, I put it on because it hurts. But do I make a big thing out of it? No. Not at all. I watched combat footage. I watched a guy lose half his foot and still get up and have to run. I watched a guy get shot at his hand and his arm and his shoulder. Both sides. And still pick that damn thing up and say, well, either I'm going to make it out of here or they're going to get me, you know. No, literally. And I say, well, damn it. The injuries I attained, 500, 1,000-pound bomb, all these things falling off the aircraft, all these things in the military, right? Where I really got fucked up. The youth and allowing me to push forward because of Motrin and codeine and all that dumb shit. The fact that you go to the VA and they want to put you on pills to kill you. I stopped. I wasn't going to allow it. So I'd rather deal with the fucking pain than sit there poisoning my fucking self and letting somebody butcher me up. All right? No. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people have come there. And a lot of people in doing that, they realize, wait, they've been stripping minerals from us. It's not that my testosterone's low. It's I'm eating shit that doesn't support the balance of my testosterone. And there's a reason why your hair is not growing, people. And there's a reason why, and it's all because they're poisoning you. And you don't want to accept it because they control the narrative. And then some people, you know, they don't have the real pains. They haven't pushed themselves. How many people been up on the 315, 400, 500 pounds of weight? How many people have worked 8, 12 hours, 7 days a week, sometimes 16 hours for 2 and 3 weeks out at sea doing shit that most people would say is a fucking incredible? There ain't no way. And then when they see what these handful of motherfuckers do, they go, how? How many? I had friends say, man, Red, why'd you choose aviation ordnance? I said, God damn it, I like bombs and guns and shit. Motherfucker to make ranking, but you work, you know? And then you realize you're working with like 8 hole techs and bosun mates. You're working with strong motherfuckers. And we always had this relationship with Army dudes, decent Marines, not them fake ground pound. Well, it was some of them cool too, but we always had fights with them, whooping their ass in the boxing ring. But Army, bosun mates, hole techs, the hydraulic guys, the strongest motherfuckers, man. You couldn't put us out in town. We tear the whole fucking town up. Nothing but straight up, rude, strong fucking gorillas. I'm serious. Iron men on wooden fucking decks. That's who we are. Okay? That ain't everybody. I used to bivouac with the army cats. Up there in motherfucking, was it Maryland? Sure. Weekend duty, bivouacking with the army cats, man. No, we are BDUs. Hey, you Navy, you put them shits on, you got them. Yeah, get your bucks. Yeah, we going out there. What the fuck? Get your M16. Oh man, what the fuck is going on here, nigga? Well, you can go out to the wild. I'm bivouacking with you, cuz next you know we got cases of beer and liquor, and we fucking got deer meat on the burning and fine ass thick army girls coming to shake what the mama gave you and they work your ass up in the little ass hotel, even though you got to be in that big ass green canvas thing, and we put the beds and the racks up and we in the hotel. And at the gym, everybody walk around in the mirror. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, different. I could have been stayed a storekeeper. You know? Get the old porterhouse big belly, you know, walking around with the orthopedic shoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, with the BC birth control, huh? Looking like nigga uppercut. You know what I'm saying? No, that wasn't for me, mother. I was a boxer. I was like working out. I was like, I had to do something that was going to be in the martial line. That I didn't know that I would be getting fucked up, pushing myself, falling off, having a load of aim 9 side, wind up by my goddamn self because we're undermanned by 10 people, loading 500 pounders with 2 motherfuckers when it's a full man job with a center on hernia bars. I ain't know all that shit was going to happen. I was going to be breaking myself down. I'm not crying. This shit was magnificent. It was a glorified fucking thrill. It was a trip. But most people don't know nothing about it. We had ordinance guys that didn't work hard. Trust me. We had guys that I want to be the supervisor for the plane captains. Nigga, you need to be out here humping some fucking bombs, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Sitting on your ass, directing them little children, guiding motherfucking planes with wands and shit, aileron and flaps and shit, doing all that. I was a plane captain for fucking 6 months, y'all. I was launching A7 Corsairs. You know what I'm saying? And helping with the F-14 Tomcats and shit. Yeah. I used to launch helicopters, the Sea Kings, them old Vietnam, Korean War motherfuckers. That's me. I used to dive the duck into the, the A7 Corsair motherfucker with the big ass mouth on it like the target sharks. Yeah, I used to dive in that bitch and spin that titanium blade on that big ass motor way up in the belly of the beast. And ain't nobody coming out. You in that bitch halfway back up under the cockpit, spinning this motherfucker with a flashlight, making sure ain't none of that shit crack. Looking at these turbines, hoping ain't nobody hook a huffer up to it and cranking the APU up and got your ass stuck. And you ever see that video with the little goofy, I ain't gonna call him goofy, but a deckhand got sucked up in that motherfucker and it crawled his way back out because his helmet and his earplugs flooded out, got a little cut on his head. That brother right there show you the power and the suck of that A7 Corsair and the A6 Intruder. Them motherfucking little parakeet motherfuckers all suck you in that bitch. I think that's what he got sucked up in. Yeah, man. That was a hellified rush, sitting up in the cockpit, making sure everything's right, getting the tests for the passive semi-active radar, got the little flight, you know what I'm saying? Everything is work, instrumentals are good, missiles are fucking A-okay, you know what I'm saying? Dragon 1 go, Dragon 2 go, you know what I mean? But you don't see us up on this goddamn drum with this 20 mic, 500 rounds, this big ass motherfucking bullet. That you got it cranking this conveyor hand. The power shit always get low, tear your arm off. So we crank it. Nigga sweating, making pool. That's motherfucking wear and tear, boy. That's wear and tear. Then you got a Christmas tree and you got an Aero 9 box, bigger box. You got a 500 pounder on this skit. You got 1,000 pound on that motherfucker. You walking on a boat going like this. Next thing you know, it's dragging your ass down the deck. You can't stop 1,000 pounds, nigga. 500 pounder, roll up on your leg, hello. Roll up on your arm, hello. Knock you in your gut, fuck your leg, make it bend a funky way. Then you on life, and they put you on light duty for a day or 2. Listen here, these motherfuckers This government, all of it is bullshit. But you don't have to be bullshit. You know, it made us tougher. It let us know some things. I got to see the reality. And then when you sit down and talk with motherfuckers that ain't there and they talking like they know something, you can see that as part of the whole program. That these motherfuckers die and deniability are based on the resources of the colorism and everything else that go with this fake ass fucking government. How stupid and lethargic they are. And that's what these motherfuckers are leaning to, because all these dumb African niggas and all these other FBA, all they looking for is a fucking paycheck. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about real history. They don't give a fuck about nothing. It's all about a goddamn dollar. At least I take the dollar, the little chump change I'll be getting, and I make it work because it's appreciated. How many people appreciate anything? A lot of y'all got children that don't even appreciate it. They think that you're supposed to just give it to them. It wasn't like that for me. Nigga, I was a Mr. Bean, man, at 9 to 10 years old, getting in his van, rolling newspapers, right? Mom watching me, put the Sunday papers together, had my little bike with the little carrying shit in my bag, getting out early in the morning before motherfucking high school or middle school, Mount Hebron, you know, buzz out and everything like that. And, you know, Montclair High School is very, you know, anyway, getting out there early in the morning, I get my run on, get all my papers delivered by Mr. Bean, get out there and deliver the 140 something goddamn for 75 fucking cent or 50 cent, you know, pay on the weekend. Well, rich motherfuckers were the worst paying motherfuckers they is. Just dumb son bitches. Working at Mary Flannery's art store, right? I'm learning at a young age. I ain't even made motherfucking 13 yet. I'm learning how to paint on a Mark 5, Mark 11, whatever, 7 vans on the little. I'm learning how to paint that van on that motherfucker. I'm learning how to put together doll houses, big ass doll houses that she got into. Mary Flannery when she was an Irish girl. Built doll houses, learn how to paint them and shit. Portraits and tightening them up, refurbishing shit. I was learning all these different chemicals, wearing a gas mask, doing my homework, going home at 7, 8, 9 o'clock after work with Mary Flannery. Motherfucking 11, 12 years old. I go across to get my pizza. Mama had my food in the oven. In the oven, ready. I get in, I eat, I go upstairs, shower, I'm in the bed, I'm back up doing it again the next day. 2 jobs, newspaper in the morning before school, after school, Mary Flannery Art School. I was on the books when I was fucking 8, 9 years old, nigga. All right? Paperwork, fill it out. Not under the table shit. Grandma had to fill all that shit out for me to work on the fucking books. Still going to school, going to karate practice, this, that, and boxing, and all that other shit. That's a different kind of motherfucker. She felt doing all that shit would keep my mind from the abuse. I forgot all about that shit. It already did what it needed to do for me. It triggered, it lightened, it turned on something. I didn't care. Oh, dang. That's wow. No, man, I told you I would share my little, I decided just now, I said, I'm going to tell them my little stories, and everybody's got one. Jumping from roof to roof, falling in between the goddamn garages, hoping you ain't break nothing. What the hell happened? You slipped on the last one. I think you hit the ring spot. God damn it, I'm going back up and try it again. We was retarded, hanging out second floor windows, looking at jumping down and acting like motherfucking Spider-Man and shit. It was retarded, man. Before there was a parkour, we was already flipping off roofs and jumping out of fucking cars. The shit we was doing with mini bikes and soapbox cars. We used to build soapbox, the official soapbox for the Boy Scout. Man, the shit that we used to do, goddamn, we ain't had no cartoons, sit down on the computer all fucking day. Nigga, we was outside with the sun and the sky was blue and eating berries and shit off of fences and grape trees everywhere and apples and crab apples. Nigga toes everywhere you look in the South. You know, you just walk with a potato sack and nigga toes everywhere. You know I'm talking about pecans, right? You just picking the motherfuckers up, cracking and eating them. Off the ground. We ain't had this shit. Pain and suffering maketh a man. Ethics, working in the garden. Grandma got there, we out there, I'm standing in the garden. She's showing me how to pick and snapping peas and collard greens, where to cut the cabbage and the stuff, lettuces, turnip greens, mustard greens. Goddamn, we even knew how to make crabgrass tea with certain pineapples with a stemlet. Motherfucker, we cutting chicken heads off. That was chasing chickens, wrestling with the pigs and shit in the slop. Man, whole different. Learn how to ride. You gonna learn how to ride these horses, man. I don't give a fucking. Get your ass up there. Oh, yeah, but I was like an elephant. It's too big. Next you know. The Django. And it's so much more. It's all your cousins, Bubba, Eddie, Edwin, Bubba. Yeah. Aunt Inca, Tyrone, just all the barbecues, family reunions. God damn. You ain't thinking about who's an Indian or not. You just think everybody know what you know. It's not always the case. Pain maketh a man. It should not exist. But we're in the time when it sadly destroys or defines you. So I realized studying was the most important thing I could do. Study. Not for some system, not for their value and to be told I'm valuable because of it. Fuck that. I hide that. Because it was of value. So I study everything. A lot of times I could be talking with you and I do little quirky things and you don't know that I'm studying. I study myself 24/7, but I study everyone, everything, contextually, verbally, whatever it is, I study it. It's quick sometimes. Sometimes it's very slow, methodic. Sometimes I get to forget because I've seen it so many times where I don't want to even study it no more, yet I haven't come to a conclusion. Now, every conclusion is not a shared thing. Nothing drives me emotionally to share everything. But I study everything. I count. I magnify. I watch. I know everything that I need to know. And I'm about done studying too. Y'all do each other's more disservice than you do service. You know that? It pains me sometimes when I think about it. I want to say it's all a waste of time. But something, because I've seen things and it holds me. I expressed that yesterday. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what my bro's talking about. Is it in the book too about us losing our hair? No, you don't. What are you talking about? Is it in the book about us losing our hair? No. No. You ain't supposed to be going bald. That's all based on chemicals and stuff. I'm gonna see if I can pull this one little thing up. You say you don't know what your bro's talking about. I'm talking about everything that alludes to the fact of self-destruction, things that are nurturing, balance, being incorporated, solitude or defense, or defeatism. See, I always say there are puzzle pieces and I talk like a riddle. And the fact the puzzle pieces allude to everything that is a staple of information. That's the stuff that I put forth. And it's for you to interpret it, to figure it out. That's why I give sources of information. I talk about these things on the regular. I'm just consummating a relationship between some of the things I felt about this fake black and all this other dumb shit that has nothing to do with out of Africa and all this other goopy shit. And the thing that we parlay, which is not parliament tricks, the fact that we need to stay away from vaudeville. So I'm giving a reality based on the circumstances of my deliverances. You would say, from my childhood to a certain point. I give credibility. I tell my story because it's beneficial and a plethora of people know it. So I can't divvy up, dive, and hide from it. I make it relevant and I share it with you. I'm a storyteller. And I study everything and everyone. I study who pays attention and who doesn't. I'm very aware of so many things, yet I know nothing. Let me see if I can pull that up though, sis. Now, the Bible addresses hair loss in a few contexts. Listen to this in Leviticus. This is someone I'm very aware around. When you look at Leviticus chapter 13, verses 40 and 41. So let's just pull that up, okay? Now, it states that baldness, whether on the front or back of the head, does not make a man unclean. The Bible also mentions hair loss as a sign of mourning or distress, which is stress, right? When you look at Isaiah chapter 15, verse 2, right? So let's go and pull that up. And then we'll pull up Amos too, okay? Let me go pull that up, okay? These are things because people have asked me. When I was going bald, I know what it was. It didn't have nothing to do with any of that bullshit. Going bald had everything to do with chemicals and everything else. Now, Isaiah chapter 15, verse 2, right, describes the Moabite people's reaction to the destruction of their cities. They go up to the high places and to the temples to weep and mourn, specifically mentioning Nabal and Medeba as locations of their lament. They well over the destruction of Dibon and Modea. Now, what does that got to do with it? Well, when we're looking back at as far as going bald on the front and the back of one's head, and we're looking at the mourning or distress, sometimes it was actually cut, as you see as the friars, the Jesuits do, which is making, I guess you would say that it's loyalty to something, regardless of what it is, okay? Let's look at Amos chapter 8, verse 10, okay? And Amos chapter 8, verse 10, describes a future day of mourning and lamentation for the people of Israel. It states that God will turn their festivals into mourning and all their songs into lamentation, and that they will wear sackcloth and shave their heads, making the day like the day of an only son, and its end like a bitter day. Now, we are very aware that we say the hair connects us. Well, that's the woman. Men, when you shave your hair off, it better be for a good damn reason, not because you're homosexual, want to have a beard because it's manly and y'all's gross neglect of perversions subtly made you accept that because that was not the way. And then the other part of it is those who shave their heads bald, their testosterone levels, it's alluding to this fact that they may have disruptors, endocrine disruptors and stuff that gives this idea that testosterone levels are gone when they're just not functioning. The body's not absorbing the testosterone, so everything's happening based on the chemical perversions, such as hair loss. It comes with it, the receding. Now, as far as, and we know there's a chemical that actually is like an oil that's blocking your hair because you got plenty of hair to grow forever. Mourning, distress, okay? Women should never cut their hair. Never. They should never straighten it chemically with the chemicals and all that other stuff. When you have an illusion and you have accepted the other narrative and paint yourself in that coy, that means that you have self-hate, no real appreciation. And then you use anything to make it legitimate, to legitimize it. So-and-so's doing it. It ain't done nothing. It ain't hurt nobody. No. It's bigger than that. When the women don't stress the men, when the men aren't stressing the women because the women ain't stressing the men, it's just that word. The strength and the power. The strength to be able to, the strength of a woman to be able to carry a child, to be able to moderate men, especially if they become irrational, to put them in the proper direction. And you know that it's not just a conviction, but it's natural. Where the man's not get all, because most time men want to hit a woman. Don't bash one another. And they'll listen. But it has to be a woman with the strength for proper direction and edification. Why are you not doing that? What's going on, baby? And to be able to have a symposium where he can be honest, because she's always relinquished that, instead of being antagonizing and attacking. So therefore, they can say, oh, baby, I'm not aware. I'm not sure of some things. And that confusion, they can bring them back. The woman, the strength of the woman can bring that power back in this symposium of accepting the responsibility. Where the man goes, okay, well, you know what? I let it get the best of me, and they make them behave rationally again. I'm not gonna keep giving secrets. The testosterone is important. The estrogen is important. We're supposed to be the benefactors of both. So a bald head, that doesn't rob your brothers nor sisters. That beard is supposed to be respected, but it can be removed as well. Now you're leaning on a form of religion that is based on the characters of those who are devoid of truth. Because if they weren't and they were full of truth, they would never be in that position, and you wouldn't be in the position you're in. Huh? Oh, dang, that's wild heck of an experience. All right. Your roof, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it all right? Can you hear me? Because I know what you're talking about, Nick. What my bro talking about? What do you say? Say it again. I don't know what you're talking about, huh? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I'm explaining everything. I don't know what you mean. Mm-hmm. Eat some food. Hungry. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand because you gotta say something where I can actually interpret it. Finish this coffee up. That was only about 8-9 ounces, so it wasn't a lot, but damn, it's so good. I wanted to enjoy it. So can you hear me? I mean, I got this different one on, and it seemed weird. Let me put it up here. It probably flat down in my face. I had my ball cap on to be on the edge, right? Can you hear me now? Is it all right? You said you are going to do something on your roof. No, something about this. And as far as that was a while ago, talking about the tub working and putting on the truck and get up on the roof working on that part. Now, as far as anything else, no roof. We're talking about aircraft, the things that worked on, the pain, the pushing. Bosun makes whole text on the flight deck, you know, what we did in the military and everything else. No, I didn't say nothing about a roof, hon. Not that way. I mean, is this clear me through clear? Because this is supposed to, the wind and everything. Let's make sure you can hear me. Let me know if you can't hear me. Are they hiking over there? That's called Amerindian. They're studying stuff. Oh, okay. I heard you. Yeah. You said you don't know what I'm talking about. I was real clear. I'm talking about a number of things that point in one direction. And it's for everybody's benefit. It's not from just I don't need to benefit from it no more. This stuff that most people don't look at. You know, everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a background. Everybody has done something, maybe not as strenuous or whatever, but everybody's done something. Short time or a long time. I was never one when I worked that would always hide in the background, try to make everything easy. I mean, we had people that knew how to drag out, hanging out on the docks. And when I was a foreman, we had people that be in that truck and they always found a way, and they knew kind of how when people was walking, where they can get 10, 15 minutes to sit down, but you need those 10, 15 minutes to load. And I would actually do the job, even as a foreman on the dock for Cisco. I would sit there and say, I'm gonna load these 2 trucks out and beat every one of you doing it 1 truck. They get halfway done with the truck, I don't load it out the 2nd truck. I'm showing them, and they say, "But you just moved extra fast." No, I became a foreman on the dock because of the way it worked. It was me and one of the oldest guys working there. I outloaded him. I outloaded that day on the opposite side. He took 1 half, I took the other half. 4 trucks. We 8-hour shift. I loaded out 12 to 13 trucks. He did 10 by myself. I loaded out freezer, cooler, dry. 48-foot or 50, I forget, long beds for Cisco. And I liked it because it kept me working out. It kept me strong. I learned codes. I learned all this. I even was backing in trucks, you know. They showed me, you know, yeah, Red, we need these trucks back then. I want to back in my own trucks. It was a hellified job. I was part of the whole swim system that a lot of y'all use working in companies and stuff like that for counting all your stock. I was part of that thing about that drove me crazy. That was a job in itself. And that was like 96 or 97. Maybe 98, I forget. And I was always at the right place at the right time. I think based on being able to tell the stories I tell. I used to hang out this little strip club called Silver Fox. My brother came down to hang out. I took him there. He went crazy. Yo, I was like, yo, bro, just sit at the bar, enjoy your drinks. Don't go getting lap dances and all that. Just stay your ass right here. You be all right. Man, I'm like, I know, but you got to contain yourself, Reg. You got to have some strength. And he didn't get it. You know, I was like, yo, bro, you move different down here. Things don't work that way. You have to teach different things because different things are different. Silver Fox was the only strip joint I like going to because I knew most of the people there, the women and everything. And it was always fun. Yo, that goddamn, there go that petty house branch. And the women come over, hey, baby. And they get his drink. And I'm like, yo, I got the Uno cards. Yo, come in the back. And we play a game, titties everywhere. And I'm not a whoremonger. I got a wife. I'm playing Uno. We're having drinks. I'm like, man, baby girl, you might want to go check out the strip club. It's some fun shit. And cooking fish and eating it. It was fun. Everybody else is like, oh, they always want to get something. I'm like, damn, just demean your women more. It's enough that they're making money, but they're demeaning themselves. They didn't see that I actually went there and I was bringing humanity for the definition, whatever it is. I was bringing it back with the sisters and even some of the guys in there. I left there. People were mad, Brad. You got them niggas stop making it rain. Don't worry, you got enough little gang members coming up. They'll be coming in here making it rain. You know, I gave some morals, and I helped put morals in an establishment that was functioning outside of it. Now I couldn't shut it down and stop it. Yet I was able to slowly, in the process, bring it to a position that if I got fall down drunk, I was going to be all right. I was chef. I was like, yo, I'm going back there. I got catfish. I want to cook some nuggets and some fries. And chef, oh shit, here come Red. Come on, man. And we back there chopping catfish and, you know what I'm saying, talking fishing, and one got away. And this is at a strip, the Silver Fox, Jacksonville, Florida. I ain't lying. Back when I was in my young days, you know, my youngin' days. These things are practical for stories. I wasn't trying to be the righteous motherfucker. Far from it. I wasn't attempting to fulfill some desire. I didn't have that. I saw brothers and sisters. I could only offer the me that I had. And people would misinterpret it because they would look at themselves and think that that was supposed to influence what everybody was and what they done. You got to remember, in school, I grew up thinking, everybody knew that they were from this land and were indigenous. Come to realize in high school that was not the case. I wasn't going to sit there arguing and fighting where they could be where the fuck they want to be from. Yeah, but you know, your Uncle John and all of them, they played in Roots. And that bullshit. In good times, nigga, that's the thing saying that you came from nothing, so now you can get something. Man, y'all lost everything because it was stolen. You know what I mean? Dang, man, I could talk about a bunch of shit. I'm gonna get ready to get off of here because I don't want y'all. You know, like I said, I'm a storyteller. I have a ton of stories. I can sit there and talk about one thing forever. But I like to give a symposium because not everything is going to fit everybody. A little bit of this might fit this person. A little bit of that might fit that person. Something here somebody might recognize. So this is me in the calm state of, you know, vice, that bullshit with, you know, Black Think Tank and all these other dumb fucking black channels where people can be rational and see things beyond the scope of how they've been indoctrinated so they can have a better performance status. And they can get closer to finding out or realizing things that they didn't look at before. You know what I mean? I got so many stories to tell. I'm gonna chill, y'all. I'm gonna bust that 2-hour mark. Yeah, I got a lot of things. I got some shit. I had y'all hollering and rolling on the floor, and we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Today's, I guess, Sunday, right? It's warm. Yeah, I'm always looking at my feelings to make sure that they're not. This is what a lot of people don't do. They don't think. But there's a lot of things I'm going to tell y'all. All right, a lot of things. I'm always going to tell you the things that I've been telling you so far, and there's a lot of other things that I haven't even stepped on. I haven't even walked in them. I mean, you know, the cul-de-sac, shooting into the river, and people going crazy. Taking off in first gear and hauling ass and flipping a motorcycle damn near in a full flip, still hanging on, drunker than a motherfucker. Yeah, I ride, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Riding horses with what you call diamondback horse, whatever the fuck, and taking off on a horse, hauling ass, and motherfuckers don't know that I can ride it, hopping off of it and popping back on, and what the fuck is it? Hang on, short, hold on. And then somebody come along, oh no, that nigga used to ride with Big Al and break horses, Bronco, you know, breaking some horses. Yeah, them days is over, man. I can't Bronco bust. I can't break in no horse now. My ass, man, I'll be walking around looking like Shalimar. The fuck no, man. I ain't trying to fucking shit. Ain't no way in the world. But I'm gonna get off of here. Like I said, there's a lot of things I can talk about. I can talk about some of the camping, the vigils, the motorcycle rides, the horse rides, with the Navajo Nation, the Hopis, all the things to the Grand Canyon, things that we were able to see that most people can't see. There's so many things. There's a lot. Okay. Anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to old fogey like me. Time short, people. Time is short. All right. See you guys later. Oh no, appreciate you taking the time to listen.